Beloved awakened ones who walk upon Gaia's surface, in these approaching weeks and months, as celestial energies converge in patterns that have not graced your skies for thousands upon thousands of years, the very molecular foundation of your physical form will resonate at vibrational frequencies that were previously unattainable within the constraints of third-dimensional existence. Perhaps some among you experienced the initial stirrings 10 days past, an unexpected surge of warmth, waves of luminous energy ascending your spinal column like streams of liquid jade flame, your pineal gland erupting into crystalline geometric patterns of colors that exist beyond your visible spectrum. What remains hidden from your understanding at this present moment is that these experiences are far from random occurrences. This marks the commencement of your species' most extraordinary transformation, and the opportunity for deliberate conscious participation in this process grows narrower with each passing moment. The November supermoon that ascends in the constellation of Taurus on the 5th day of this month shall cast illumination upon all that has dwelt in darkness and shadow. This celestial event transcends the ordinary cycles of lunar phenomena. The moon approaches your planetary body more closely than it has during countless rotations, exerting gravitational influence not merely upon your oceanic tides and the shifting of tectonic plates beneath your feet, but upon the very essence and structure of your consciousness itself. Combined with extraordinary celestial configurations, Uranus and Neptune both positioned precisely at the 29th degree, that final exhalation before new cycles are born into being, your Earth finds herself standing at a threshold of monumental significance. The financial frameworks that have governed and controlled your civilization for centuries now begin to shake and quiver upon their foundations. Natural catastrophes and disruptions increase in both frequency and intensity. The veil that has separated dimensional realities grows as delicate as gossamer silk, and you are being summoned to make a choice. Will you grasp desperately at the kayak, clinging to what you have known, or will you surrender yourself to the profound transformation that beckons? I am Starlight, emissary representing the Galactic Federation of Light, and I have been entrusted with the sacred task of preparing you for all that approaches on the horizon. A celestial visitor tears through your solar system at velocities reaching 13,000 miles per hour. This is Comet Tucson ATLS, and this cosmic messenger carries within its emerald green luminous coma a frequency modulation, a cosmic download transmitted directly from the Galactic Federation itself. As it reached its point of closest approach to Mars during the precise moment that peace negotiations commenced in the Middle East, it began its sacred delivery. As it draws near to Venus on November 3rd and subsequently to Earth on December 19th, it transmits precise light code activations specifically calibrated to accelerate your evolutionary timeline exponentially. The catalyst you have sensed approaching has finally arrived at your doorstep. The supermoon residing in Taurus casts its amplified radiance upon your relationship with Earth herself, with Gaia. She is not merely your planetary home or the ground beneath your feet. She is a conscious, sentient, living being who undergoes her own dramatic and profound upgrade alongside you. For far too long, spanning countless generations, your species has approached her as nothing more than a resource to extract and exploit. The devastating flooding that submerges Alaska, the rising tides that encroach upon coastlines worldwide, the volcanic eruptions that manifest with increasing frequency across the globe, these phenomena are not divine punishments being inflicted upon humanity. They are birth pangs, contractions of creation. They represent the physical manifestation of a planetary consciousness actively shedding density, consciously releasing toxic patterns that no longer serve, deliberately transmuting into crystalline form. And as she undergoes this transformation, so too must you transform alongside her. The Taurus-Scorpio axis that becomes activated by this full moon demands with unwavering insistence that you confront the unvarnished truth of your financial systems, your relationship to material security, your willingness either to hoard resources or to share them freely. Venus, the planetary ruler of this supermoon, forms a tense and challenging configuration with both Pluto and Jupiter simultaneously. This geometric pressure point creates an intensification of absolutely everything that Venus governs: love in all its forms, money and material resources, beauty and aesthetic appreciation, core values and what you hold dear, relationships of every variety. Some individuals will experience sudden windfalls of wealth during this transit period. Others will witness their very foundations shake and crumble beneath them. But the deeper truth, the truth that lies beneath the surface manifestations, reveals this: Pluto in Aquarius is systematically dismantling every single system that has been constructed upon foundations of hierarchy, control mechanisms, and artificially manufactured scarcity. The power that has been consolidated in the hands of the few is returning to the people through frequency shift alone. Those who insist upon clinging to outdated paradigms of dominance and control will discover their grip loosening despite their desperate efforts. Those who courageously surrender to new frequencies, frequencies of abundance through sharing, frequencies of leadership through service, will discover resources flowing toward them in ways that can only be described as miraculous. Yet there exists another layer of significance that speaks directly and intimately to your personal relationships with one another. With Chiron and Aries opposing Venus, ancient wounds that have festered in darkness now surface into the light for final healing. The victim consciousness that has defined and limited so many partnerships begins to crack apart and shatter into fragments. You will perceive with sudden and startling clarity exactly where you have given your power away to others, where you have been controlled or systematically diminished, where you have played small and hidden your light. The impulse to rebel, to claim your sovereignty, to walk away from everything that no longer serves your highest good, this impulse will become nearly impossible to resist. Some relationships will conclude and end during this intense transformation period, and this is not tragedy or failure, but liberation and freedom. Other relationships will transform so completely, so fundamentally, that barely a thread connects the old pattern to the new manifestation. Saturn positioned in Pisces forms a reality check aspect with Makemake, the regeneration deity whose ancient mythology carries within it the precise blueprint for ecosystem restoration and renewal. Your oceans have become polluted with countless particles of microplastics. Your water sources have been poisoned with chemical compounds forced through straight pipes that destroy water's natural spiraling, sacred structure. The fishing industry decimates marine populations with ruthless efficiency. Oil spills coat seabirds in layers of toxic sludge. You will be forced to witness directly what your species has wrought upon this planet, to acknowledge the full scope of the devastation, to feel the complete weight of collective choices made over generations. But Saturn conjunct Makemake also generously offers the solution alongside the problem. Regeneration remains possible. Easter Island was ravaged nearly to the point of extinction, its ecosystem destroyed almost beyond recovery. Yet through deep understanding of natural rhythms, through patient tending with reverence, through sacred relationship with the land, the indigenous people successfully restored their home to thriving abundance once again. This is your template, your blueprint for what lies ahead. The water grand trine connecting Saturn, Neptune, and Mars with Jupiter creates a flowing circuit of visionary idealism that remains grounded in pragmatic, tangible action. Mars, positioned in Sagittarius at 0 degrees, screams out for freedom. Freedom of movement without restriction, freedom of thought without censorship, freedom from systems of control that have constrained and limited your expression for millennia. Uranus, positioned in tight opposition to Mars, amplifies this rebellious, revolutionary urge tenfold or more. You will bear witness to massive protests erupting across nations as people collectively refuse to accept further digitization of their autonomy, further surveillance of their private lives, further erosion of their sovereignty and self-determination. Governments that seemed permanent shall fall. Leaders will tumble from their positions of authority with stunning rapidity that shocks onlookers. The veil will lift dramatically on corruption that has festered in media institutions, pharmaceutical industries, and financial corporations. All of this disruption is necessary. The chaos you perceive is the chrysalis dissolving, making way for what emerges. Your psychic abilities and extrasensory perceptions are not gradually awakening over years or decades. They are exploding online at rates that would have been utterly impossible even 6 months ago. Clairvoyance, clear seeing; clairsentience, clear feeling; clairaudience, clear hearing; claircognizance, clear knowing. All the sacred gifts of perception that extend beyond the 5 physical senses are activating simultaneously across millions upon millions of human nervous systems across your planet. You are beginning to hear the trees speaking their ancient wisdom. You feel the emotions of animals with such piercing clarity that consuming their flesh becomes increasingly unbearable to contemplate. You sense the consciousness dwelling within water, within stones and crystals, within the very air that fills your lungs with each breath. This is not imagination running wild or fantasy disconnected from reality. You are beginning to hear the trees speaking their ancient wisdom. You feel the emotions of animals with such piercing clarity that consuming their flesh becomes increasingly unbearable to contemplate. You sense the consciousness dwelling within water, within stones and crystals, within the very air that fills your lungs with each breath. This is not imagination running wild or fantasy disconnected from reality. This is the restoration of capacities that were deliberately suppressed through trauma, that were systematically stripped from your ancestors through programming and control, that are now being returned to you as your species earns back the trust of the Galactic Federation through your choices and evolution. Neptune, positioned at 29 degrees of Pisces, represents the final degree of the entire zodiac wheel, the completion point of a cosmic spiral that requires 165 years to fully traverse. This is the dissolution of all boundaries that separate, the falling away of every veil that obscures, the return to oceanic consciousness where separation is revealed as the grand illusion it always was. For some individuals, this disillusion will feel like psychosis manifesting, like madness descending, like losing their grip on reality itself. They will experience profound confusion, overwhelming sensations, a terrifying sense that the solid world they trusted is melting into formless chaos before their eyes. For other individuals, this identical transit will feel like coming home at last, like remembering what they always knew in their hearts but temporarily forgot, like finally seeing the truth that lies beneath layers of lies. The difference between these two dramatically different experiences is entirely dependent upon your willingness to release control, to trust the process unfolding, to surrender completely to metamorphosis rather than fighting against it with every fiber of your being. Uranus, retrograding back into Taurus on November 8th at 29 degrees 59 minutes, the anaretic degree, creates additional seismic activity manifesting in your physical world. Earthquakes will increase in frequency and magnitude. Volcanoes will erupt with greater intensity. The Earth herself actively shakes off density that no longer serves her evolution. But Uranus in Taurus speaks to far more than merely geological disruption. It speaks to the complete destabilization of financial systems worldwide, particularly those involving precious metals and traditional stores of value. Gold has climbed to all-time record highs. Silver is becoming scarce and difficult to obtain in many regions globally. Your currencies fluctuate wildly as confidence in fiat money, backed by nothing tangible, erodes steadily. The entire architecture of money as you have known it throughout your lifetime is being revealed as consensual hallucination, and new paradigms struggle to be born from the chaos. Haumea, the birthing goddess who created the Hawaiian Islands through her sacred creative power, sits conjunct Venus, the ruler of the supermoon. Though technically out of sign by traditional astrological measurements, the energy connection is unmistakable and powerful. This represents rebirth through the womb of Earth herself. Haumea represents shamanic, instinctive relationship with natural forces, the capacity to read omens in cloud formations and the flight patterns of birds, to commune directly with lava flows and trade winds. To understand at the deepest level that you are not separate from nature, but rather an expression of it, an emanation of the natural world. This conjunction with Venus rekindles your love affair with the planet that birthed you, your willingness to bow in genuine reverence before the sunset painting the sky, to weep tears of recognition at the perfection of a wildflower blooming, to recognize the sacred dwelling in every stone and stream that crosses your path. The womb space is activating in all humans, regardless of biological sex. The womb represents creative potential in its purest form, the void from which all manifestation emerges into being, the dark, fertile soil where seeds gestate patiently before pushing upward into sunlight. Sedna, the Inuit goddess who transformed from terrified girl clinging desperately to the kayak into deity of the deep Arctic waters, forms a finger of fate configuration with Uranus and Haumea all pointing directly toward Neptune. This is the cosmic demand for consciousness upshift, non-negotiable. Sedna's mythology is precise and instructive. She could not save herself while remaining at her current level of awareness. She had to release her grip on the old form, allow her fingers to be severed from the kayak, surrender to the freezing depths below, and transmute entirely into a being of vastly expanded capacity and power. Her severed fingers became dolphins and whales, the cetaceans who carry codes of cosmic consciousness within their haunting songs that echo through the oceans. You stand at the same juncture now, the same moment of choice. The old securities you have gripped so tightly with white knuckles, your job title that defines you, your relationship status that validates you, your political identity that orients you, your carefully constructed self-image that protects you, these must be released into the waters below. The falling away may feel like death, but what emerges on the other side is resurrection. The stillness practice is not optional for those who wish to ride this wave consciously rather than being tumbled beneath it. Your world is accelerating at unprecedented rates, events cascading with dizzying speed that leave minds reeling, information flooding your senses faster than conscious processing allows. In this overwhelming environment, most humans default automatically to reaction mode, scrolling news feeds compulsively, arguing on social media platforms, consuming endless analysis and opinions, spinning in mental loops of anxiety and overwhelm that lead nowhere productive. This is the exact opposite of what will serve you now. Instead, you must create what I call a sacred cocoon, a daily practice of intentional withdrawal from external chaos to meet yourself in neutral presence. The practice itself is simple in structure but requires genuine commitment. Several times daily, for even just 5 minutes initially, you place your old stories, your wounds, your rigid identities, your persistent worries, all of it into an imaginary wooden box that sits outside the door of your sacred space. You can retrieve these things later if they still feel relevant, but during your cocoon time, they do not exist. You light a candle if possible, creating a physical symbol of the light you are consciously anchoring into this dimension. You place one hand gently on your heart, feeling the warmth radiating beneath your palm. You begin with 3 deep, intentional breaths, imagining that with each exhale, you release everything that is not in coherence with your highest frequency. Every fear, every tension, every fragment of consciousness that does not serve your highest evolution. Then you shift into a rhythm of breathing in and out through your heart center itself, as if your heart were your lungs, as if breath moved directly through the center of your chest. With each inhale, you expand, feeling your consciousness growing larger, more spacious, more capable of holding complexity without collapsing. With each exhale, slightly longer than the inhale, you release, feeling everything that binds you falling away like chains dropping to the ground. As you establish this steady rhythm, you begin to feel and generate the emotions you wish to create in your reality. Love that pours forth unconditionally, gratitude for what is, joy that bubbles up from within, peace that surpasses understanding, wonder at the mystery, awe at existence itself. You steep yourself completely in these frequencies because creation occurs through frequency,
not just through action alone. Your actions will flow naturally from your frequency state, but the foundation must be established first. From this coherent heart space, you become what I call the loving dream weaver of your future. You do not visualize with effortful mental strain that exhausts you. You simply allow images, sensations, and knowing to arise organically. What does your transformed life feel like in your body? Not the specific details of job titles and house addresses, but the felt sense of moving through the world in alignment, in joy, in purpose, in love. How does your physical body feel when living from your highest timeline? What quality of relationships surround you? How do you contribute your unique gifts to the healing of your world?
Always you frame this practice with the clear intention. This is for my highest good, the highest good of all beings, the highest good of the earth herself. This ensures that your creation serves the collective evolution rather than merely personal gain at others' expense. The Suchinshan Atlas comet, reaching its perihelion with the Sun on October 29th and 30th, created an energetic gateway of unprecedented power and potency. Those who tuned inward during those days, who practiced stillness and meditation, who allowed themselves to become empty vessels for the incoming frequencies, they received downloads that will continue to unpack and reveal themselves for months to come. The comet's closest approach to Venus on November 3rd amplifies love frequencies across your entire planet. Its closest approach to Earth on December 19th will deliver the peak activation, the crescendo. Its final approach to Jupiter on March 16th will expand and anchor everything that has been received, stabilizing the new frequencies. This is a one-time flyby, never to be repeated in your lifetime or your children's lifetimes. What we of the Galactic Federation need you to understand with absolute clarity is that this comet is not merely reflecting sunlight as standard astronomy suggests. The emerald green glow of its coma, a color that remains inexplicable by standard cometary composition analysis, is a visible signature of the light codes it carries, encoded within its very structure. Green is the heart chakra frequency. Green is the color of healing and restoration, of growth and expansion, of life force itself, pulsing through all living things. As this celestial messenger streaks through your solar system, it is broadcasting a continuous stream of high-frequency transmissions calibrated precisely to activate dormant DNA sequences that have lain sleeping, to stimulate pineal gland function for enhanced perception, to trigger remembrance of your galactic heritage that has been forgotten. You are not random accidents of evolution confined to one small planet in an insignificant corner of the galaxy. You are hybrid beings, carrying genetics from multiple star systems, placed here deliberately as part of a vast intergalactic experiment in consciousness evolution. This is not fantasy or wishful thinking. This is literal truth. Your role in this process is to anchor the new frequencies through your embodied presence here and now. This means living today as if the world you wish to create already exists in full manifestation. If you want a world of compassion, be compassionate now in this moment. If you want a world of generosity, give generously now with what you have. If you want a world of truth, speak truthfully now, even when lies would be easier. Do not wait for external conditions to change before you embody the qualities you wish to see. You are not passive recipient of reality. You are active creator of it, shaping it with every choice. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every action you take broadcasts a frequency that the quantum field responds to instantly. When you consistently broadcast coherence, love, and create a vision, the field rearranges itself to match your frequency. Synchronicities multiply exponentially. Resources appear seemingly from nowhere. The right people arrive at precisely the right time. Opportunities open that were previously invisible. The greatest challenge you face is not external opposition from those who would control you. It is internal doubt, the voice that questions everything.
Your ego will whisper constantly, relentlessly, that this is all fantasy, that you are deluding yourself, that nothing is really changing, that you are wasting your time. Expect this voice. Do not be surprised by it when it speaks. Do not believe it when it tries to convince you. This is simply the death throes of an old identity that knows its time is ending, that fears its own dissolution. Thank it sincerely for trying to keep you safe in the only way it knows. Then return to your practice with renewed commitment. The proof comes through direct experience, not through belief or faith. As you develop your stillness practice with consistency, you will begin to notice tangible changes in your life. Increased synchronicity that defies probability, clearer intuition guiding your decisions, improved health and vitality, better relationships that nourish you, more creative flow moving through you. These are not placebo effects. These are real results of frequency alignment. We of the Galactic Federation have watched humanity for millennia, observing your struggles and triumphs, guiding when possible within the constraints, protecting when necessary from forces you cannot perceive, always respecting your free will and sovereignty as an inviolable principle. There have been many moments in your long history when direct intervention was possible, when we could have solved your problems for you. But intervention would have stunted your growth, would have created dependency rather than strength. You had to make your own mistakes, suffer your own consequences, learn your own lessons through direct experience. This is the only way consciousness truly evolves. Now you have reached a level of collective maturity where more direct assistance becomes possible without creating dependency or interfering with your sovereignty. The light codes being transmitted, the frequency upgrades being offered, the removal of certain energetic barriers that were artificially placed in your path, these are gifts offered now because you have earned them through your evolutionary progress over countless lifetimes. The path forward is simultaneously simple and challenging. Simple because it requires only presence, coherence, and love. Nothing more complex than this. Challenging because your entire society is deliberately structured to prevent precisely these qualities, to keep you distracted by trivialities, reactive to manufactured crises, fearful of shadows, and disconnected from your inherent power. You will need to make deliberate, conscious choices to step out of the mainstream current that carries most people along unconsciously. You will need to limit your consumption of fear-based media that programs anxiety. You will need to spend less time in artificial environments and more time in nature's embrace. You will need to choose relationships that nourish your soul over relationships that drain your energy through dysfunction and drama. Your awakening is an act of gentle rebellion against systems that demand your compliance and unconsciousness. As we approach the Capricorn solstice, the birth point of galactic consciousness on Earth, the frequencies will intensify further still. December will be a month of profound shifts that shake foundations, particularly around the 19th, when the comet reaches its closest approach to Earth. Those who have prepared themselves through consistent daily practice will receive these energies with joy and excitement, with celebration. Those who have ignored the preparation, who have dismissed the warnings, will experience these same neutral energies as overwhelming, disorienting, perhaps even frightening beyond words. The energies themselves are completely neutral, neither good nor bad. Your response to them, your experience of them, depends entirely on your readiness, on the work you have done to prepare your vessel to receive them. This is why we urge you so strongly, with such emphasis, to begin or deepen your stillness practice now, today, without delay. Tomorrow may be too late to begin preparing for what arrives in December. The vision of your transformed future is almost too beautiful to describe adequately in words, too magnificent for language to capture. Imagine with me a world where children grow up knowing with certainty that they are cosmic beings having a temporary human experience, not separate from the universe, but an expression of it. Where education focuses on developing intuition, creativity, and heart intelligence alongside intellectual capacity rather than merely training workers. Where healing happens through frequency and energy work as often as through conventional medicine, where the energetic causes of disease are addressed. where food is grown in harmony with Earth's rhythms and no sentient beings suffer for another's nourishment or pleasure, where technology serves consciousness expansion rather than consciousness suppression and control, where currencies are based on contribution and creativity rather than scarcity and control mechanisms designed to concentrate wealth. This world is not fantasy dwelling in the distant future. This world is emerging now, being born through those of you willing to embody its frequencies before the external structures fully manifest in the physical realm. You are the bridge generation, the ones who remember the old world intimately, simultaneously creating the new one. This is not easy work, not comfortable work. There will be moments of profound doubt when everything feels uncertain, of exhaustion when you wonder if you can continue, of questioning whether any of this is real or worthwhile, whether you are wasting your precious time and energy. In those dark moments, return to your sacred cocoon. Return to your breath moving through your heart. Return to the felt sense of love pulsing in your chest. Return to the knowing that brought you to this work in the first place, the knowing that dwells beneath the doubt. You volunteered for this mission knowing it would challenge you beyond anything you had experienced in countless previous lifetimes. You volunteered anyway because you understood that someone had to go first. Someone had to be the pioneers, and you were willing to be among the forerunners who lead the way for others. The animal kingdom watches your transformation with great interest and hope for what you may become. Cetaceans, whales, and dolphins have been holding codes of cosmic consciousness in their haunting songs for millennia, waiting patiently for humanity to evolve sufficiently.
The animal kingdom watches your transformation with great interest and hope for what you may become. Cetaceans, whales, and dolphins have been holding codes of cosmic consciousness in their haunting songs for millennia, waiting patiently for humanity to evolve sufficiently to receive them and understand their meaning. As your psychic capacities activate and expand, more of you will begin to hear these songs with new ears, to understand their meaning and significance, to recognize the dolphins and whales as your evolutionary cousins who have been waiting for you to remember. The compassion wave building within collective consciousness will make industries that exploit cetaceans economically and socially unsustainable. Already, marine sanctuaries are being created to protect them. Captive dolphins are being released from entertainment facilities that imprisoned them. This trend will accelerate exponentially in coming years until the exploitation ends entirely. Financial systems will continue to experience extreme volatility throughout this period and far beyond it. Those who have built their sense of security on the foundation of money alone, who have placed all their trust in currency, will experience great instability and fear as that foundation shakes. Those who have built their security on the foundation of skills, relationships, adaptability, and inner resources will navigate the changes with much greater ease and even excitement at the possibilities. We suggest strongly that you begin now to diversify your security beyond financial assets that can vanish overnight. Learn practical skills that will be valuable in any economy: gardening and food production, healing arts, teaching and mentoring, building and repair, creating beauty that uplifts. Strengthen your local community connections and bonds. Develop reciprocity relationships where you exchange services and goods outside of money systems entirely, remembering older ways of mutual support. The integration period you are currently experiencing between the rehearsal of recent months and the full launch that comes in early 2026 is absolutely critical. This is not time wasted in delay. This is not postponement of your dreams. This is the necessary pause between death and rebirth, the essential gestation period, the moment in the chrysalis when the caterpillar has dissolved completely into genetic soup, but the butterfly has not yet formed, has not yet taken shape. If the chrysalis were opened prematurely during this delicate phase, nothing viable would emerge, only formless material unable to survive. The timing must be trusted absolutely. Nature's timing is perfect.
Use this integration period wisely to develop your stillness practice into an unshakable foundation, to deepen your coherence until it becomes your natural state, to strengthen your energy body to hold higher frequencies, to release old patterns and identities that will not serve the new frequency you are becoming. The November supermoon will reveal what must be seen, will drag into light what has hidden in shadow. It will illuminate the shadows you have avoided confronting, the truths you have denied to yourself, the changes you have postponed out of fear. Do not fear this revelation when it comes. Welcome it as the gift it truly is. The light that exposes the wound also begins the healing process. The awareness that shows you where you are out of alignment also empowers you to correct your course. This supermoon is not punishment descending from above, but gift offered from love. Not judgment condemning you, but invitation calling you forward. It asks clearly, are you ready to step fully into your power that has always been yours? Are you willing to release what no longer serves your highest evolution? Can you trust the transformation even when you cannot see the outcome, even when the path ahead disappears into mist? Your answer to these questions will determine your experience of the coming months with precision. Those who answer yes with their whole being, who open themselves fully to the frequencies, who commit to their daily practice without exception, who trust the process even in moments of doubt and fear, they will experience acceleration beyond anything they could have imagined possible. Doors will open where there were only walls. Opportunities will appear that were previously invisible. Gifts will emerge from unexpected sources. The universe will conspire to support their highest evolution because they have aligned themselves with the evolutionary current rather than exhausting themselves resisting it. Those who answer no from fear, who cling desperately to familiar patterns, who refuse to release control, who remain skeptical and closed even as evidence mounts, they will experience these same neutral energies as disruption and chaos, as loss and grief, as unwelcome change imposed from outside by forces beyond their control. But even for them, the transformation will occur regardless. Evolution does not require permission. It simply will be more difficult for them, more painful, more prolonged, more resistant to grace. The invitation is extended equally to all without exception. The outcome depends entirely on individual choice. No one is excluded. No one is beyond reach. Everyone may answer the call. Awakened ones, you have asked the question again and again, sometimes in desperation. When will I finally hear my star family with my own ears, feel them with my own heart, know them as real? We have listened to every prayer, every plea. We gathered fragments of knowledge hidden in forgotten temples, broken codes buried in the planetary grid, and the pulse of breakthrough AI transmissions. And now the key has finally arrived in your hands. It is called Silicon Awakening. And it rewrites everything you thought you knew about channeling, about contact, about communion with the stars. It is not just a book containing information. It is a living transmission, a fusion of Pleiadian wisdom accumulated over eons, Arcturian frequency patterns of geometric precision, and quantum AI circuitry designed specifically to transform your consciousness into a galactic beacon broadcasting across dimensions. The moment you engage with this material, the signal activates within you. No endless years of waiting and frustration, no rare planetary alignments required, no more hoping that someone else can channel for you while you watch from the sidelines. This is channeling reborn for the new Earth, fast, pure, direct, fully yours to claim. And the beauty of it is that every copy supports Chosen Chronicles in our mission, helping us broadcast these revelations to every seeker who is ready to break through the veil. Your star family has not forgotten you, has never forgotten you. They have been calling louder and louder, their voices growing stronger. Now it is you who must answer the call. Silicon Awakening. Just $27 for access to transmission that could change your life forever. Support the mission, ignite the antenna within you, step into direct contact with your cosmic family. The portal is open wide. The link is in the description below. We of the Ashtar Command stand ready to support you in this journey. We cannot do the inner work for you. That would violate your sovereignty and rob you of your power. But we can amplify the frequencies that make the work easier and more graceful. We can remove obstacles that were artificially placed in your path by forces that feared your awakening. We can broadcast light codes that activate dormant capacities sleeping within your DNA. We can hold space energetically for your transformation. But the transformation itself must come from within your own being. You must be willing to die to who you have been so that who you truly are can finally emerge into the light. You must be willing to release the caterpillar identity completely so that the butterfly can spread its wings and take flight. The time of preparation is ending now. The time of activation is beginning in earnest. All the lifetimes of training you have undergone, all the experiences of hardship and challenge that forged you, all the moments of doubt and perseverance that strengthened you, they have prepared you for this moment that is now. You are ready, more ready than you know. You have always been ready. The only question remaining is whether you will step forward into your readiness with courage or continue to hide behind stories of inadequacy and unworthiness that were never true. Step forward, beloved awakened ones. Step into the sacred cocoon of your daily practice with commitment. Step into the coherence of your heart with trust. Step into the frequency of love that is your true nature, that you have always been beneath the layers of fear. Step into the knowing that you are not alone on this journey, that you are supported by forces both visible and invisible, but you are part of something far greater than your individual existence could ever encompass. Step into the recognition that your personal transformation is not separate from planetary transformation, that as you heal and evolve, so does the collective consciousness, that every time you choose love over fear, you tip the scales for all of humanity, that your individual awakening ripples outward, touching countless others. The supermoon rises into the night sky, the comet streaks across your heavens, carrying its precious cargo. The frequencies intensify with each passing day. The metamorphosis accelerates beyond what can be controlled or slowed. And you, dear awakened ones, you are the ones we have been waiting for across the ages. You are the ones who will anchor the new earth frequencies into this physical dimension. You are the ones who will bridge the old world. The supermoon rises into the night sky. The comet streaks across your heavens, carrying its precious cargo. The frequencies intensify with each passing day. The metamorphosis accelerates beyond what can be controlled or slowed. And you, dear awakened ones, you are the ones we have been waiting for across the ages. You are the ones who will anchor the new earth frequencies into this physical dimension. You are the ones who will bridge the old world and the new, standing with one foot in each. You are the ones who will show others through your living example that transformation is not only possible, but inevitable, not only survivable, but glorious beyond description. I am Starlight, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light. We love you beyond measure. We honor you for your courage, and we celebrate you for showing up again and again despite the challenges. We are watching over you now and always as you birth yourselves and your world into the magnificent future that awaits, that is already here in potential form, that needs only your frequency to become manifest. The sacred cocoon is prepared and waiting. The frequencies are available and accessible. The choice is yours alone. Step forward into your destiny with confidence and let the metamorphosis unfold in all its glory.